say allegedly. You guys say I did it. Because that shit is not proven, bro. This is bullshit. So watch. Don't worry. It's up now.
So let me ask you a question, Ryan. When your B sample comes back, right? And let's say when it comes back and it's clear, right, and you're good to go, I would sue Eddie Hearn, I would sue Conti for defamation and slander, right? They're over here pointing.
They're not gonna allow that to happen, bro. They're not gonna allow that to happen, bro. They already cheated once with the test. They could cheat twice with the test. I'm not like, it's not like a thing for me, but I don't expect for it to be claimed. But what I do expect that my team will prove that there's no way in chance that I took supplements to cheat and I either was tainted or they straight up just messed with the test. So my team will prove that, and that's that. Because I mean, there's no other way. There's no other, like, logical explanation other than they actually cheated and just, like, messed with my test. Or I had to take the supplement. That's it. That's the only options for me. And to me, that's not fucking cheating. And I don't fucking cheat anyways. So, fuck them all. They could all suck a good one. And that's it. Point blank period.
Okay, there is once again Ryan Garcia going off on Eddie Hearn and Victor Conti and Devin Haney and whoever else that doubts him about his sample or a sample drug tests coming up with testing positive for ostarine. And, you know, there's so many ways you can go with this. You know, I do have some questions I want to ask you guys as we discuss this topic. Okay, for one, why is Ryan so pissed off at Eddie Hearn because he's lobbying for his fighter? I mean, that is exactly what Oscar De La Hoya would have done. Oscar De La Hoya would have done the same thing if this would have been Devin Haney and everything was reversed and Devin Haney beat Ryan Garcia. Oscar De La Hoya, what he would do, he would be lobbying for his fighter Ryan. So Eddie's doing the same thing. So I don't know how they, you know, come up with that type of, you know, ridicule about a promoter looking out for his fighter. Because Oscar would have done that to him. I guess he would have. You know, maybe he would have been disappointed and been absent at his press conference like he did him before, which was piss poor in character. And then try to lie about it. We were getting threatened for our life. No, you weren't. You were pissed that Ryan quit. You know what I mean? So was Bernard. That's why they left him there with Eric Gomez, and he was the only person that was repping that fighter just because he lost. Well, really because he quit. Let's be real. But, you know, yeah, that was cool. However, you know, I think that Eddie is doing the right thing. I mean, anybody else would do that. I mean, that's the silver lining through an ass whooping that he took. You know what I mean? Especially if it's like, okay, well, hey, that was foul play, and it's up to Ryan to prove, which in this video, he is saying that him and his team will prove that there were 3 things that could have happened. Okay, and he said, well, hey, you know, I know these guys cheated. I know these guys cheated me, and that's the only thing that could have happened. They effing cheated me, you know. I'm like, well, you could have effing cheated. You could have cheated. That's another thing. Could it have been tainted? That's another thing. You know what I mean? Did they mess with my test? That's another thing. So, yeah, there's so many ways this could have went down. Don't say, well, this is the only way. And speaking of the only way thing, in the comment that Ryan made, I didn't care for Ryan to say, oh, man, the B sample is going to be, they tampered with it, so the B sample is going to be negative. I mean, going to be positive. It's going to be positive anyway, man, because I know these guys, they setting me up so the B sample going to be positive. Well, if that's the case, this is the problem. The more Ryan talks, I think if I'm his lawyers, I would say, Ryan, get the hell off of social media. Shut the fuck up and let us do our job for you. Because based on what we just heard, he said there's only one thing that could have happened. They cheated me. Or it's contaminated, right? Or really, by default, I cheated, or he cheated in this case. So he either cheated, it was contaminated some type of way, right? Or they cheated him, right? That's the only 3. And he said there's only one. Stop giving yourself only one thing and then you're coming up with 2 or 3 things because it makes it contradicting. You know what I mean? Because if it was contaminated, that's one option. So that has nothing to do with the B sample. So if the B sample comes back clean, don't say it ain't going to come back clean, because people that are suspicious, they would think, you know what, wait a minute, man, how you know it's going to come back dirty? Unless you know it's dirty because you know you took something and you're just trying to blame them for what something that you know you took. I mean, that could always be the case because, it, again, like Eddie Hearn said, is guilty until you're innocent. And Ryan's confident that his lawyers would go through that. That's why Dillian White didn't say much. That's why Connor Ben, he went out on fucking Pierce Morgan and people crucified him because they were like, well, wait a minute. Why didn't you do this and why didn't you do that? Because, you know, Pierce Morgan, he's going to get down to the bottom of it. You know what I mean? And a lot of people shrewd him. I got calls from the UK that, yo, man, maybe he shouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? Because like what Ryan's doing, he's doing the same thing he did before he fought Devin, but now he's doing the same thing in another direction for another reason and still looking the same way. You don't have it all, and you're not wrapped too tight. You're still acting weird. You're still talking stupid and out of the side of your mouth. Stop doing it if you're paying people millions or whatever amount of money to clear your name. Let them speak for you because that's what you pay them for. Stop going on social media, because I know he's the social media guy, but stop going on social media claiming that, oh, well, you know, I know they cheated me and the B sample going to come back positive and I know how they cheated me and this, that, and the other. Well, I mean, if they cheated you, bro, if they cheated you, you're going to have to prove that. And here's the thing. What if it comes back negative? Then all this shit you're talking don't even make sense. So why are you jumping the gun when you don't know? Counterpunch. But you guys tell me what you think of Ryan Garcia going off on Eddie Hearn, Victor Conti, Team Haney. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.